Hello everyone, my name is Sumedha and in today's lecture we'll start with torque. Let's discuss torque. We have studied translation motion. In translation motion, we have force which change the state of the object. In rotational motion, the analogous to force is torque, which is also known as movement of forces. So what is torque? The symbol of torque is this. Torque is defined as the product of force applied into perpendicular distance. Now, from the diagram, we have a particle at position R at point P. And in this direction, I am applying force on this particle. So, this force is not perpendicular to the position of the particle. And according to the formula, we want perpendicular distance. So, what we'll do a construction and drop a perpendicular, say x. This is angle theta between the force and the position. So this would also be theta. So now from the diagram, we'll use sine theta is equals to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So we'll get x upon r, and x is equals to r sine theta. So torque is equals to force is F and perpendicular distance is x. Substituting the value of x from here, that is F r sine theta, or this is a cross product F cross r. So torque is equals to F cross r. Or we can write this expression as torque is equals to F r perpendicular, or torque is equals to F perpendicular r, where r perpendicular is r sine theta and F perpendicular is F sine theta. That means the applied force and distance are perpendicular to each other. So this is torque. Now, अब torque कब 0 हो सकती है? Torque will be 0 if force is 0 or r is 0 or theta is 0 degree or 180 डिग्री. जब इन तीन कंडीशंस में से कोई एक कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई करेगी, उस टाइम टॉर्क क्या होगी? 0. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट एंगुलर मोमेंटम. एंगुलर momentum. Again, in the translation motion, we have linear momentum, and in rotational motion, analogous to linear momentum, we have angular momentum. This is denoted by L, which is equals to cross product of R and P, where P is my linear momentum. So L is equals to Rp sine theta, similarly as we did in torque, which can be written as R perpendicular P or Rp perpendicular, where R perpendicular is R sine theta, or P perpendicular is P sin theta. So this is my angular momentum r cross P. अब angular momentum कब कब जीरो होगा? L will be zero if again if r is zero or linear momentum is zero or theta is 0 degree और 180 डिग्री. इन तीनों में से कोई भी एक कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई करेगी तो आई विल गेट माय एंगुलर मोमेंटम टू बी जीरो. So this is about angular momentum and torque. Now we'll derive a relation between torque and angular momentum. Now we'll derive a relation between torque and angular momentum. So from the definition of angular momentum, we'll get L is equals to R cross P. This is my equation number 1. Differentiate equation 1 with respect to time. dl upon dt is equals to d by dt of R cross P. Now using product rule. Now using product rule, we'll get d by dt of R cross P is equals to dr upon dt cross P plus R cross dp upon dt. Equation number 2. Now from this equation, what we'll do, we'll substitute the values. For example, this is P, linear momentum. We know P is mv. This is dr upon dt, rate of change of position, that is velocity, plus r cross, and dp upon dt is force. This is from Newton's second law. So we'll get d by dt of r cross P is equals to this. This term will go to 0 because the cross product of two parallel vectors are 0. So this vanishes. We are left with d by dt of r cross P is equals to r cross F. So from the definition of torque, R cross F is torque. So we'll replace d by dt of R cross P is equals to torque. And what is R cross P? Angular momentum. So d by dt of angular momentum is torque. That is rate of change of angular momentum is equals to torque applied. So this is a relation between the torque and angular momentum. So our next topic is equilibrium of a rigid body. We usually say a body is in equilibrium. So what are the factors that judge the body is in equilibrium? So we have two types of equilibrium. One is translational equilibrium and rotational equilibrium. So when we say a body is in translational equilibrium, when rate of change of linear momentum is 0, that is dp upon dt is 0. And what is dp upon dt? This is equals to force is equals to 0. And from here we get P is constant. In this case, we'll say that the body is in translational equilibrium. Similarly, in analogous to translational equilibrium, we have rotational equilibrium when the rate of change of angular momentum is 0. That is, dl upon dt is 0. And what is dl upon dt? Torque. Torque is 0. And from here, we will say L is constant. So what we'll define from this equation, that for a system or for a particle, we have n number of forces acting, F1 plus F2 plus F3 up to so on Fn, all are 0. That means summation of Fi, I running from 1 to n is 0. Similarly here, we'll say all the torque acting on a particle is 0. Summation I1 to n is 0. So this gives me a condition of rotational equilibrium and this gives me a condition of translational equilibrium. So we'll understand equilibrium by an example. So what we'll do, we'll consider a rod. This is a rod, say A, B. We'll apply force in this direction. We'll apply force in this direction. Forces are equal in magnitude. Say the length is 2a of the rod and this is center of mass. So this is A, this is A. So from here, magnitude of force is F into A, force applied into perpendicular distance. Magnitude of force is F into A. Now we'll calculate torque. अब हम अगर प्रैक्टिकली देखें, फोर्स यहाँ लग रही है तो टॉर्क की डायरेक्शन क्या होगी? ये. सिमिलरली फोर्स यहाँ लग रही है तो टॉर्क की डायरेक्शन क्या होगी? ये. दैट मीन्स इक्वल इन मैग्नीट्यूड बट ऑपोजिट इन डायरेक्शन. ये हमने यहाँ पे किसकी बात करी है? टॉर्क की और मोमेंट ऑफ फोर्सेस की. मोमेंट ऑफ फोर्सेस जब ऑपोजिट रहेंगे डायरेक्शन में तो दे विल कैंसल आउट ईच अदर. यहाँ से भी टॉर्क लगा, यहाँ से भी टॉर्क लगा तो ये रोटेट नहीं होंगी. दैट मीन्स दिस इज इन रोटेशनल इक्विलिब्रियम. जब टॉर्क का मैग्नीट्यूड सेम है एंड डायरेक्शन ऑपोजिट है तो जो ये रॉड होगी वो रोटेट नहीं होगी. तो दिस इज रोटेशनल इक्विलिब्रियम. नाउ व्हाट आई विल डू, आई विल रिवर्स द डायरेक्शन ऑफ फोर्स. अब मैंने फोर्स यहाँ पे अप्लाई कर दिया तो टॉर्क की क्या डायरेक्शन होगी? दिस वन. अब यहाँ पे क्या होगा? फोर्स यहाँ पे अप्लाई हुई, टॉर्क की डायरेक्शन ये है. फोर्स यहाँ पे अप्लाई हुई, टॉर्क की डायरेक्शन ये है. तो अगर हम देखें, इमेजिन करें तो जो टॉर्क की डायरेक्शन है वो सेम है. तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा? जो मेरी रॉड है वो रोटेट करेगी इन दिस डायरेक्शन. द रोड इज रोटेटिंग लेकिन उसका ट्रांसलेशन नहीं हो रहा है. सो दिस एग्जाम्पल विल बिकम इक्विलिब्रियम of translation or translational equilibrium. So this is an example of translational equilibrium. Another point, what we say, when two forces of equal magnitude and opposite direction act on a particle, they form a couple. They are said to be couple. A pair of equal and opposite forces with different line of action, and couple produces rotation without translation. As we see in this example, couple forces act to a force, this is F1, this is F2. तो जैसे ये अप्लाई होगी तो रोटेशन होगी लेकिन ट्रांसलेशन नहीं होगी. So these are the two types of equilibrium, translation and rotational equilibrium. Now we'll study principle of movements, which will ultimately conclude the mechanical advantages. So now we have considered example of lever. Here this is a fulcrum, this is a point along the length of the lever. This is point A and B. This is at origin, distance D1, distance D2. So force F1 is acting at A and F2 is acting at B. So for translational equilibrium, for translational equilibrium, we'll have R minus F1 minus F2 is equals to 0. अब ये R है normal reaction. अब ये क्यों लगाया है? Because this lever is in mechanical equilibrium. So this is for translational equilibrium. For rotational equilibrium, we have force into distance F1 D1 minus F2 D2 is equals to 0. This is a condition for rotational equilibrium. Now, what we do, we generally use F1 as load. We use F1 as load and distance D1 as load arm. And F2, force second, is effort, and D2 is effort arm. So what we are going to do, अब जो फोर्स F1 है, we'll consider कि कोई वेट पुट है यहाँ पर A पर जो फोर्स F1 लगा रहा है, एंड हम यहाँ से एफर्ट्स लगाएंगे सो दैट कि हम इस वेट को लिफ्ट कर सके. तो ये वाली जो फोर्स होती है ये एफर्ट फोर्स होती है जो हम लगाते हैं, एफर्ट्स लगाते हैं किसी एक वेट की फोर्स को लिफ्ट करने में. सो फ्रॉम हियर वी कैन राइट F1 D1 is equals to F2 D2, or we can write F1 upon F2 is equals to D2 upon D1. This is my mechanical advantage. Mechanical advantage. अगर मेरा D2 बड़ा होगा, if D2 is more, then mechanical advantage will be greater than 1. अब इसकी एक सिंपल एप्लीकेशन देखते हैं. जब हम अपनी कार किसी मैकेनिक के पास लेके जाते हैं और वो कार को लिफ्ट करता है तो वो इस एप्लीकेशन का यूज़ करता है. से एग्जाम्पल, यहाँ पे कार प्लेस्ड है और वो कार को लिफ्ट करेगा और वो एफर्ट्स लगाएगा यहाँ पे. सो दिस इज द फोर्स 1 विच इज ड्यू टू द पार्टिकल, और वी आर टेकिंग एग्जाम्पल ऑफ कार. दिस इज द फोर्स ड्यू टू अ कार, एंड यहाँ पे जो मैकेनिक F2 फोर्स लगाएगा वो क्या होगा, उसका एफर्ट. तो जितना ज़्यादा ये वाला डिस्टेंस होगा D2, दैट मीन्स एफर्ट आर्म जितनी ज़्यादा होगी उतना ही मैकेनिक को कम फोर्स लगानी पड़ेगी टू लिफ्ट दिस कार अप. सो दिस is what we call mechanical advantage. So after discussing about the mechanical advantage, we'll discuss about moment of inertia. So what is the significance of moment of inertia? Why we need moment of inertia? That is measure of rotational inertia. जो moment of inertia है वो क्या करता है, measure करता है कि किसी rotating body का inertia कितना है. As in translational motion, we have a measure of inertia that is mass. जो mass होता था वो mass पे depend करता था कि किसी body का inertia कितना होगा. Similarly, that is analogous to mass. And we'll prove that moment of inertia is analogous to mass in translational motion. So let's start. Let's start with kinetic energy in rotational motion. Now in rotational motion, we know this is moving with omega, and every particle is following a circular path with velocity v. So kinetic energy is equals to half mv square, equation number 1, using v is equals to r omega. We'll substitute the value into this. We'll get kinetic energy is equals to half m r omega square. So kinetic energy is half m r square omega square. So if we consider n particles, kinetic energy would be half omega square summation I1 to n mi ri square. We'll get this expression. So this term, that is summation I running from 1 to n mi ri square, is inertia or moment of inertia, which is represented by I. So now let's talk about kinetic energy in translational motion and in rotational motion. अब this is I. Final kinetic energy expression becomes half I omega square. So in translation, kinetic energy is half mv square. In rotational motion, kinetic energy is half I omega square. So half is common. V square, where V is linear velocity, omega square, where omega is angular velocity. This is mass. Similarly, this moment of inertia represent or is analogous to mass. Thus, we say that in translation motion, mass is a measure of inertia. Therefore, in rotational motion, movement of inertia is a measure of rotational inertia. So now let's take an example. How to calculate movement of inertia. एक रिंग कंसिडर करते हैं which is of radius capital R. So we'll calculate kinetic energy half m omega square r square. Kinetic energy is half m. R is the radius. So what is the radius of the ring? Capital R. Capital R square omega square. Say equation A, and kinetic energy is half I omega square. Say equation B. On comparing equation A and B, I'll get I is equals to mr square, where m is the mass of the ring and r is the radius or axis of rotation. So in this way, we'll calculate the moment of inertia of a ring. So as we calculate the moment of inertia of a ring, we have several examples. Moment of inertia of a thin circular ring perpendicular to the plane is mr square. This we have calculated. Similarly, in the same way, we have again circular ring. Now it is along diameter. That means the ring is revolving around diameter. So in the same manner, we can calculate mr square upon 2 is the moment of inertia along diameter. For a circular disc perpendicular to the plane, डिस्क है, ये सारा एरिया कवर्ड है, इसका मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया mr स्क्वायर बाय 2 एंड अलोंग डायमीटर, डायमीटर के अलोंग जब वो रिवॉल्व, डायमीटर के अलोंग जब रोटेट करेगी, दैट इज mr स्क्वायर बाय 4. नाउ फॉर सिलेंडर, one is hollow cylinder and other is solid cylinder. For hollow cylinder it's mr square and for solid cylinder mr square by 2. So these are some examples of movement of inertia for different shapes or bodies. So now let's discuss radius of gyration. Radius of gyration is denoted by k. I is equals to mk square, where k is the dimension of length. Now we know moment of inertia of a circular disc about a diameter is mr square upon 4. So we'll compare these two equations and we get k square is r square by 4 and k is equals to r by 2. तो अब हमें k या फिर रेडियस ऑफ गायरेशन की नीड क्यों हुई, क्यों निकालने की जरूरत पड़ी? दिस इज बिकॉज जो लेंथ k है, रेडियस ऑफ गायरेशन है, दिस इज अ ज्योमेट्रिक प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द बॉडी एंड एक्सिस ऑफ rotation. So this was about moment of inertia. We'll see you in the next video.